there, Ironing Customs. We're already halfway through February. And I have got nothing, well, I have got some stuff done on the Volkswagen. We still have, after today, I think we'll have 13 days left in February. We're going to get as much as we can get done. So, what's in this box is something I have got bought to help deal with getting that done. Okay, so the wife told me yesterday that the FedEx man dropped by and said, and was bringing the box to the house, and she said, oh, just leave it on the table. He said, well, it's heavy. And she come in and said, you got something that's heavy? And I'm like, what the heck did I order that was heavy? This is what I ordered that was heavy. I went ahead and pulled the trigger and ordered this SS16 shrinker stretcher off of eBay. It was, I think, $230, and for shrinker stretchers, deep throat shrinker stretchers, that is very inexpensive. I said the other day I thought they ran up to $1,000. They run up to much more than $1,000. I don't want to quote a price, but I'm sure I saw some upwards of $3,000 and maybe even more than $3,000 for a shrinker stretcher, for a deep-throated shrinker stretcher. And there's nothing to me that a picture can explain to you for what you're buying. I mean, even if it does have the measurements on the picture, but this sucker is huge, and I'm gonna have to build a stand for it. As a matter of fact, I think I already have something to use for a stand. It is going to be one of the stands I got from Bob. Is very well likely what I'm gonna use. It will just about sit in place without any help. That sucker is huge. Let's make sure there's nothing else. That's all that's in the box. So that's some more trash we need to carry off. So what it comes with is you have the shrinker stretcher machine. You have your handle. I'll have to get out the Allen wrench to make that fit like it's supposed to. And it works just like a regular shallow shrinker stretcher, except for you have enough room inside the throat. And this is what I'm hoping. See if I can keep y'all in the picture. I don't want to do too much. I'm not sure if it's got the shrinker or the stretcher in it. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have it. Actually, I think that's the stretcher tool. Hang on, let me see. But what I'm saying is it allows you to get a piece of 18 gauge deep into the throat of the stretcher, so you can shrink and stretch deep inside. It actually says shrinker. We'll get to that in just a second. And this is the reason why I'm going to build a stand and make it foot operated. And something else that I may do, this should be the stretching dies. This should be the pair of stretching dies. Something that I'm thinking about doing, and it's something you see on the high end shrinking and stretcher, deep throat shrinker stretcher, is the dies on the high end are shaped a little different in the fact that the edges of the die right here, the edges of these dies around the corners are rounded. So I may do that, but this is the stretcher, it tells you. So that's the stretching set. The shrinking set is already in the machine. But you can see that this is something you really need to be foot activated or have, you know, your helper, whoever that may be, helping you with it. And I probably need to read a little more. I think these could be tighter. So we're going to be getting this machine set up in the next few days. I need to build a, like I said, I need to build a stand. I think I'm going to use that stand I got from Bob, and I want to add a foot pedal to it so I can operate it by foot and have both of my hands to control the metal that's going in the dies. And I'm going to, like I said, read the instruction manual and what little bit of instructions there are, and we're going to go from there. So you're going to see this pretty soon. I bought this to make that fender with. I'm hoping that I'll be able to shrink the metal with this in a way that I'll be more controlled and get better results than trying to use the shrinking stump. So, all right, a few other parts that came in yesterday. First is in this bag. This should be the carburetor kit for, it should be the carburetor kit for the 54. And I'm going to do a video in the next few days rebuilding the carburetor. We'll take that 94 Holley apart and put a carburetor kit in that carburetor. I'm hoping that we're going to find when we get inside there. Look at me sweating. It's February, man. North Carolina. Tomorrow will be freezing again. Hopefully the float is good in that carburetor. So I'm going to do a standalone video on rebuilding that carburetor. It's probably going to take a couple of days. I just wanted to check and make sure that I have enough carburetor cleaner to soak that carburetor in. All right, so this is also, I think, for the 54. Get it open and popped out. And like I said, I just bought this stuff off of Evil Bay from vendors on eBay. It's easier for me to order stuff than it is for me to find time to run to the store and buy it. So I got a new wire set for a Y block. So we're going to go ahead and put new wires on there. I probably need to get a cap and rotor. I was thinking that the cap looked really good, but this morning whenever I was thinking about when I was doing the video on it, the rotor on it was kind of loose on the shaft. So at least I need to get a rotor, and if they're not that much more, just probably go ahead and get a cap and a rotor. So this I have had for a few weeks now. This is not actually anything that's going to happen in February, but it's going to be coming up. This isn't happening in February, but it's going to be coming up. We're going to be working on the Chevrolet again, and I kind of thought better of this before I ordered it. I went back and forth. I didn't really want to order one, but they're getting kind of hard to find. I didn't even think about looking for one when I was at the salvage yard the other day, but I didn't see anything with an SBC in it, so, or a big block for that matter. So we may go back at some point on this and see about ordering a GM module and a GM pickup to go in it before we get too crazy, but I went ahead and ordered a brand new, please tell me that that's just grease. I think it's just grease. About to say, don't tell me it's got a plastic gear. Oh, it's just covered in a piece of brown paper. So I ordered a brand new HEI distributor. We're going to take all of the MSD stuff out of the Chevy whenever we go back to a smaller cam on it. Like I said, the Chevy, the motor is going to be with the exception of the 300 horse heads, it's going to be exactly like it was when I was driving that truck in high school. And we may need to work on the advance and the distributor, but it's going to be exactly like it was when I was driving in high school. Well, I mean, the cam is, I do have a little different intake. We talked about that on a different video. So that's coming up sometime, hopefully in the spring. We'll get the Chevy in here and pull the, go ahead and pull the, how did that come out? Yeah, we'll get the Chevy in here and get it pulled apart. I think that's how it was. Evidently not. Nope, that was it. All right, we'll get the Chevy in here and get the cam put in it. That's going to require either taking the refrigerant out of the air conditioner system and pulling the condenser out of it so the cam can come through the front of the grill, or pulling the whole motor out. And I'm kind of, look at that, daggone styrofoam. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna get to that Chevrolet and sometime in the spring. That's it for today, guys. This video is probably going on way longer than I had intended for it to. So y'all have a good, it should be for the 15th of February. Y'all have a good rest of the day, and thank you for watching. Thanks for the likes and subscribe, the comments down below. It really makes my day whenever I come home and there's a comment. I'll see y'all tomorrow.